Hey, Dan Meyer here, and I'm here for the fourth and final video in the series. I've been talking about work from home tools, about tools that I use to be able to run my business, my $1 million business with over 100 employees, people working all over the planet. I've been doing this for quite a while, and I've gotten pretty good at running my business based on creating systems. And the systems I have in place allow my virtual employees to be able to know exactly what they're expected to do, give them avenues for communication, give them the ability to do things for other companies that I have as clients, as well as run my own company, all from home. So if you're in this situation where you're trying to think about how to set up or run a business from home, or you're trying to figure out how do you make money as a home-based employee, as a freelancer even, you want to know a lot of tools that are really powerful tools to help a business function effectively virtually. So these are the tools I've been talking about. So the first section I talked about project management tools. I talked about tools that really are helpful in messaging. I talked about cloud storage tools. In the second section, we talked about graphic design and where to go out and get free images. We talked about how to set up online meetings and what is the best software to do the video conferencing. In this last section, we're going to talk about some social media posting tools and then some free analytics tools. Each one is probably something that we're not quite as familiar with. A lot of us are doing our own social media posting. And if you're a small business owner, entrepreneur, or if you're a freelancer and you're going on and logging into each of your various sites and posting individually, most of the time it's a waste of time. So there are some ways that you can do things that will kind of aggregate or give you the ability to auto send things out. Now, some of these tools have built-in functions. For example, if you have a WordPress blog or WordPress website, it's pretty easy to set it up that when you publish to WordPress, it goes to Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn. Same thing if you're doing things on medium.com, you can auto-publish, and a lot of things have a lot of connections. So if you're not looking into those and trying to figure out how to basically optimize your time, I would suggest you do that. If you're looking for a tool to do it for you, if you're looking for something that will help you capture more, the most common one is HubSpot. HubSpot is used to basically manage your social media. It has some monitoring, promotional things, helps you build engagement by seeing what's taken off in certain places. I'm not a big fan of HubSpot, but I know how it works, and I know how people like to use it. Another one that's a little bit more powerful than HubSpot. It also kind of takes what HubSpot does, but also kind of factors in a CRM, is Hootsuite. Both of them require a little more patience, a little more skill. They do have more expensive options, especially Hootsuite. And there's another one out there that people are talking about that I haven't used yet called Buffer, which is kind of similar to Hootsuite. These are social media posting tools. And again, the idea here is that you shouldn't be the one doing all the work. If you're a small business owner, entrepreneur, even an owner or manager of a medium-sized or even large business, you don't want to be wasting your time on social media. You want to have some tools that do it for you. And ideally, you want to have a virtual assistant do it for you. So if you're somebody looking to get into virtual assisting, if you want to be a freelancer out there making money from home, knowing how to use HubSpot, Hootsuite, and or Buffer could be big game changers for you. The next thing I'll talk about is free analytics tools. Whenever I'm in a room of small business owners and entrepreneurs and I ask this question, I get a very interesting response. Say I got 20 people in the room and I ask them, how many of you have a Facebook business page? And pretty much all of them raise their hand. They have a business page set up in Facebook for their business. Then I ask them, how many of you go to the Facebook Insights tab? Most of them don't raise their hand. In fact, most small business owners and entrepreneurs don't even know what that is. Or if they do, it's like they kind of seen it once and never went back to it. Facebook Insights is a very powerful tool that gives you several different views of the data behind your page. The number of likes and followers, number of types of engagement, the demographics of who's liking and following your stuff, understanding your audience, understanding your market, and trying to figure out how they sync up is so important. So often we go onto our social media and we post things to our circle, to our friends, to the groups we belong to. And they're people like us, or people that know us and like us. They're not new customers. They're not potential for lots of new things to happen. So when we're posting things to people like us, but we're selling something that's not for people like us, say, for example, you are targeting women over 60 that live in the South, the United States, for your healthcare product, but most of your friends are 35 and live in California. then most of the people that you want to see your message, unless you do some kind of specialized ad campaigns, they're just not organically going to see your stuff. So you have to figure out how to get your Facebook business page to line up with your target market. And you can use the Facebook Insights to do that. Another thing that I look at on a regular basis is my insights from LinkedIn. I also have insights that I can get from Twitter, from Instagram. Basically, every social media platform has free versions of analytics. They have their version of insights. And you can use those to really help understand if you're being able to penetrate your market the way you want. Another area that I go to and look at on a regular basis is the stats behind what I post, my social media. And I don't mean my posts on Facebook, but what I write, my content I create. I have a WordPress blog, I have a Medium blog, and I also have a couple websites where I publish things too. And I want to make sure that, again, things are getting engaged. So if you go to, for example, WordPress, and if you have a WordPress site and you have the administrative ability to that WordPress site, and you can go back into your WordPress, you're going to see a tab called Stats. It's going to show you, like Facebook Insights, the demographics of where people are at and who's liking it, and what's the most popular likes, and what days are your biggest likes. And I can see easily in my visuals and then the data that I'm looking at, the visualizations of data behind my business, I can see what my best days are and what my best posts are. And I can use that to help me build a strategy. The idea behind these free analytics tools is it gives us insight and intelligence to help us make better decisions about our marketing efforts. So once you get all your content created and you share it via something like HubSpot or Hootsuite, you want to manage it and validate what you're doing using these free insight tools. And if you do that, then you're going to be much better prepared to tap into the market that you're looking for. You're going to go out there with a lot more certainty about what you're doing. There's also all kinds of things you can learn about how to do better Facebook ads, how to target things, how to use things like pixels and lookalike audiences. And that's a whole other section I'll talk about in a future video. But for right now, if you are working on a Facebook business page, if you have a blog or a website hosted on something like Wix or WordPress, you need to be looking at the stats. Whether you're the one that runs the business, owns the business, or is working in that business, you should be aware of the effect of everything you do. It's all trackable. So all you got to do is figure out where that data is at and look at it. So the last thing I'm going to talk to you about in this section today is have an end of the day routine. I talked in the first video about how important it is to have a morning routine, right? How to get your day started and the things I do in my day to get myself started. I do the same thing at the end of the day. At the end of the day, I towards the end of when I'm ready to shut down for the day, I just do a quick look at my to-do list. I check things off. I kind of look and see, did I get everything done I wanted to get done today? And to be honest with you, most days I barely get half done. But at least on the days where I get a few things checked off, I feel more accomplished. I sleep better knowing I worked and got things done. It's really, really good for me mentally. The next thing I'll do is review my schedule for the coming day. What are the things I have coming out? What are my meetings? When do I have to have deliverables due by? Just making sure that I'm preparing myself. So as I'm going to sleep, my brain's already starting to think about what I'm going to do that morning. So when I get up, I'm ready to go. I already got that plan. And so this review at the end of the day is really important. Nothing you can do, maybe you should do, depends on your situation, is check in with your boss / partner / colleagues / employees. Just do a check-in with somebody that's in the know about what's going on in your business, just to see if you missed anything or if there's anything that they have feedback to help you keep the pulse on what you're doing. You want to tidy up your workstation. I know it sounds crazy, but for the same reason you want to keep your office clean and uncluttered, just because it gives you the ability to be more professional and mentally prepares you more to be more in a work mode. You want to tidy up at the end of the day. You don't want to leave food sitting around. You don't want to leave a bunch of things that are half open or half done. So tidy up the workstation. It's a big deal. You wouldn't think it is, but it really turns out to be one. Make a new to-do list or carry over to-do items you didn't get to today to the next day. This is where I use Trello to track all of this. And as I wrap up the day, I reflect on the day. I think about what did I get done? How will I feel about the day? And most days I go to bed feeling pretty good for two reasons. One, I'm pretty productive most days, and the days I'm not productive, they're generally days where I needed a day to kind of chill and not be productive. So I'm usually pretty okay with that. I go to bed pretty easily most nights, not being too stressed. And the cool thing about what I do is that when I do go to bed at night, I know my team is working. I know they're working. So when I get up in the morning, things will have got done. This is the beauty of having a system of virtual assistants throughout the world, is that things are happening in my business 24/7. So when I'm sleeping, things get done, and I know what's going to get done because we track it. And when I wake up in the morning, I can look at it and see if it got done, and if not, I can follow up. That gives you such great peace of mind that you're able to focus so much more on important things like sleep. And one thing that I've learned is that even though I'm on the go all the time and I'm an entrepreneur and I enjoy it's a great lifestyle, I still try really, really hard to get 7 hours of sleep. That's my target, right? My physical health is just important as my financial health. And my physical health generates the ability to create more wealth and have better finances. So 7 hours of sleep is a goal. I try to get to bed by 11 o'clock. And the last hour before I go to bed at 11 o'clock, I try to get off of social media. I try to put my phone aside and don't do things. Sometimes I read. Sometimes I watch a little bit of TV, nothing too heavy, something light. Sometimes I actually play video games. It's a good way for me to actually kind of clear my head and distress before I sleep. So whatever I do, I don't get caught up in social media. I don't go on Facebook. I don't check my emails. I let my mind kind of like go somewhere else, be engrossed in something, and then relax. And then I sleep. And most nights I get really good sleep. According to my Fitbit and my sleep number bed, I'm in the 80s pretty much most nights. And that's where I want to be. That means I'm getting a good night's sleep. And if I have a good night's sleep, then I should have energy the next morning, which allows me to get up and exercise and work out and go from there. So that's my end of the day routine. That's my tips and the tools I use to be able to work from home effectively. Hopefully these helped you. My suggestion would be to kind of think of your own list of work from home tools. What are you already using? What is missing? What do you want to get good at? Or more importantly, what do you want to have done in your business, but you don't want to do yourself or have the time to do yourself? What can you hire someone else to do? What can you have a virtual assistant work on? These are the kind of things that I can help you with. So again, if you're interested in being a virtual assistant, being a freelancer, or if you're trying to grow or scale your business, having online help, especially help that can work on things while you're sleeping to give you that 24/7 productivity, go to sonicva.com, SONICVA, or text PIVA to 26786. And you'll get information about how to get started with hiring a VA through my company. And we'll be able to take care of all these things I talked about, all these tools. My team can do them for you. So learn them, figure out what you want, but then if possible, delegate most of them to somebody else. That's how you're going to get to be a millionaire. That's how you're going to be successful. You got to delegate things that somebody else can do for a cheaper price than you can do yourself, because your time is super valuable, and you're never going to be able to grow your business effectively if you're doing things like all the tools I mentioned. A lot of them are things that can help you be more effective, but to truly be more effective, you need to find somebody else to do them for you. So thank you for your time. That's my end of my section today, and hopefully you found all these videos useful. And I'll have more soon. Thanks a lot, and you all have a great day.